Welcome. Do you have news of the missing water Davian creatures? Or is there something else you need?
Well, I recovered one of the reagents for the cure.
Well done. I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Of course. Well, here's what happened. You remember how you said there was reports of monsters in the Peninsula District, right? Well, I went to the district, and then I met...
That was the reason we lost contact with those in the prison? As if the plague was not enough.
It was a rough time, but I have your reagent.
Where others have found only failure, you have discovered shining success. Neverwinter is in your debt.
Thank you, milady.
Battling the plague has drained the coffers of Neverwinter. I regret I cannot offer you more than 500 gold pieces for all you have accomplished.
Thank you, milady Arabeth. You are most generous.
Is there something else you need?
I would like to talk to you, if you don't mind.
Of course. I will do my best to help with whatever you need to know.
Do you have any information as to where the creatures might be?
There are many rumors, and I would not like to give you any false leads. However, there is something that seems reliable. There are unsettling reports coming from the Beggar's Nest. Some say the corpses of plague victims are coming back as the undead. That might be worth investigating.
Very much so, since earlier you said clerics could not raise those who had succumbed to the plague. So what's changed? Why are they now zombies instead of back to life? What's happening there?
But there is no guarantee the reports are accurate. The creatures could be in any one of the city districts. I shall leave it up to you where you want to take your search.
Very well.
Is there anything else?
Nope. Well... Yes, actually.
Fair. Welcome. It is but one small step towards our ultimate goal, but it gives me
Sorry,
farewell.
let me try that again without skipping stuff.
Welcome back. You have done a great thing in recovering the first of the reagents for us. It is but one small step towards our ultimate goal, but it gives me hope. And I know with your help, Neverwinter shall yet be saved.
Indeed. I require temple services. Perfect. So what do we have here? Anything of incredible value? It would seem, well, value, yes, but nothing in particular I can make use of very well. Come along then, Sir Dalen. The Beggar's Nest, huh? Home to Neverwinter's poor and impoverished. Ah, Bethany, of course.
I greet you.
Have you heard anything? Has there been any word? Please tell me the peninsula is safe again. I've been scared to ask anyone. Everyone seems so busy. I just want to go home. The peninsula is returning to normal. Everything is fine. Oh, I don't know how to thank you. Really, you are just too kind. Thank you, really. I have nothing more to offer, but I mean it. Thank you so much. I don't know your name. My name is Krael. Thank you for asking. Krael, thank you for telling me. I'll make sure that only good things are said of you, I promise. Thank you. Now I can return home. There we go. Fair enough, helping the city out one spot at a time. So the Beggar's Nest seems to be a good lead. Well, maybe not a lead, but definitely a problem worth fixing. An undead outbreak, which is surprising because earlier Erebus did mention that, or I forget who mentioned it, but someone did mention that there's no cure for the plague, obviously, but those who died to it could not be resurrected via divine means. So I'm curious who is causing undead to just, well, pop out of the ground, essentially. It's very strange. Wonder what's causing it.
Can I help you?
Step right up. I've got just what you're looking for. My shop ain't what it used to be, but I'm a shopkeeper nonetheless. Let me see your wares. Action's favorable. Alright. You see... Ooh, what was that? A cloak of protection and a nymph cloak. Actually, the protection cloak is interesting. Let me go into detail here. Armor bonus versus evil. +2 AC. Deflection bonus. This one's +1. So, I can have a +2 armor class versus evil, or a +1 versus all types. I like this because it's more specific. Well, it's less specific. It's more general. Because I might not be fighting evil people. I might be fighting say, city guardsmen who are just misled into thinking I'm evil. They'll be good, technically. So, I like the idea of the Cloak of Protection, and I will trade cloaks out here. There we go. Also, I can put this cloak on here. Oh, very nice. Actually, that's the left shoulder pad show. That's really cool. Very cool. Yeah, for a bit of money, I like having the certainty that I know I have. Yeah, see, I have 11 now. I like that a lot. Weaponry. You have, well, looks like basically average weapons here. A fair bit of potions of all kinds. Rings of light, which I actually... Oh, that's right. I don't need my ring of cyan anymore. I give off purple light. Ring of Fortune's worth keeping, I feel. Maps and magical bags. This one's cheapest. Pale imitations of true bags of holding. These lesser creations bear only a tenuous connection to the distant planes. Items held within still exist, and therefore retain some portion of their mass, on the prime material plane, i.e. Earth. The degree to which this is true varies according to the bag's craftsmanship. These magical containers are essential for inventory management and can hold many items both large and small. The weight of the items within will still be a factor, however, especially when added to the fact that the container itself, So this weighs 1 pound. Items within it will weigh 20% less. Well, I'm going to put books in there most likely, and various keys, so I don't care about the weight, because, yeah, I'm fine with that. So I will definitely buy one. The expensive one here is 80%, so that's pretty nice, but again, I'm only carrying books for now. Silver necklace, huh? Yeah. I'll have to look into magical rings and such, but this is a nice cloak. It's cool, it actually shows the left shoulder pad, I like that a lot. Alright, the chest piece is kind of bugging me somewhat, but that's fine. Let us open up. There we go, you can see I have a nice big chunk of inventory here. Now I'll put my various books and such here. Here we go, prison log book. I shall put keys in here as well. And the Son of Recall, because I will not use that. It's very useful mechanically, but I personally feel that it's somewhat of a cop-out to just have this ability to magically teleport back to the city and out of harm's way at a whim. I feel like that's just too much of a cop-out. I prefer having the threat of actually having to worry about your fighting skills. You can't just teleport out for safety. I don't like that. Also put Dalen's feather trinket in here as well. Definitely won't keep it on me, though. Alright, well now my inventory is much more sparse, which I like a lot. The torch is worth keeping out, because I may use that. Dagger, of course, is worth keeping out. My wands, my potions, and scrolls. Alright, we're doing well. Now, I might do some armor crafting in a bit, but I feel I might not have enough money. I will give it a shot. I can go over crafting as well, so let's have some fun with it, shall we? Yeah, this cloak looks really nice. Yes, the cloak, I feel, some people might disagree with it, but I like having the more reliable +1 to armor class at all times. Let's try out crafting, shall we? Let me show you how it works. First off, I'll look at the skill. The character knows how to create most types of armor, shields, and helmets from different materials. I'm trying to turn around, damn it, there we go. The skill is based off intelligence, which is nice, that's why I have a +1. Now, crafting, I can only do some of it in this game, because the crafting skill as such was added in the expansion pack known as Shadows of Undrentide. So I can't craft brand new armor, but I can customize this armor. For example, as you've probably seen, I can add robes, like a casual robe or a formal robe, which all look well and good. This one is similar to my robe of fire resistance. However, you can also, for some money and some luck, customize your armor. See, right now it's DC 5, and no 0 cost because I actually haven't changed anything. But if I say change the torso, it costs money, and like that was pretty nice. Kind of, yes, lots of cloth armors tend to not look very defensive, which makes sense. I mean, they are cloth after all. That said, though, I think I like... Oh, this one looks very nice, I feel. Definitely a lot better for sure. The problem is, though, this does cost 525 gold pieces, which is a little steep. Rather, it's very steep. I believe the higher your skill, the cheaper it is, as well as the easier it is. So that might be something I put points into for leveling up. Some might say it's a waste, because it's purely for aesthetic purposes, but, well... What else am I going to get, truthfully? Regardless, here we are in the tavern. My inventory is very nice and well. Dalen.
Yes? Is there something you need?
I just want to talk to you for a little while. My strength is in weapons, not words, Krael. I want you to continue your story from before. In the time we have been together, you have respected my privacy, or my request for privacy, Krael. Now I feel I am ready to tell you the rest of my tale. I mentioned my exile to you before, Krael. The truth is, I did not willingly leave the Uthgard tribe to come to Neverwinter. The tribe cast me out. I am a monstrous half-breed. As a child, it was obvious my blood was tainted. I was violent and savage. It was only because of the pleas of my mother that the tribe did not slay me as an abomination while still an infant. Did they really hate you so much just because you were somewhat different? You don't understand. Not only am I different, I am half orc. The orcs are my tribe's most hated enemies. For generations, they have warred with the Uthgard. How could my tribe welcome me when I am a living reminder of their worst foe? Why did they finally exile you? My mother died last year, and her tribe cast me out. Perhaps they feared I might betray them because of my father's vile, tainted blood. Or perhaps my existence reminded them of the crimes of their past. What do you mean? I never knew my father. My mother never spoke of him, though I saw the pain in her eyes whenever I asked. But where the pain came from, I could not say. Some in our tribe say he was a vile beast who forced himself on my mother during a raid. Others claimed my mother loved him and welcomed him in her bed, then wept when he was murdered by the warriors who found them together in her tent. Whatever the truth, it died with my mother, as did my link to the tribe. I am no longer welcome there. Can you blame them? I am a half-breed bastard child yet to prove himself in the world. Still, that's horrible. I don't think they had a right to do that to you. I bear no ill will towards my tribe. They had little choice. Until I prove myself, they cannot be certain where my loyalties lie. Once I show the spirit of the Uthgard is pure within me, the Red Tiger tribe will welcome me back. And it is not as if they have abandoned me in the cold. They gave me food and weapons before they sent me out into the world to prove myself, and a sacred talisman of the tribe once carried by my mother. Forgive me, Krael, but I cannot speak of this anymore. It's too much. Well, Dalen, just tell me what you have to do to prove yourself to the tribe, and we'll do it. I'm with you every step of the way. I thank you for your kind offer, but there's little you can do for me right now. Alright, so we've learned a bit more of Dalen's backstory. Exiled from his tribe. Very interesting. Such a relief to be done with that prison. I'm back somewhere safe. Rowdy music. No drinks, but fine. It's very peaceful. It's nice to be somewhere where people aren't trying to slaughter me constantly. But of course, no rest for the wicked. I believe... Well, again, zombies in the Beggar's Nest is definitely a threat. But it's not necessarily a lead to a creature. That could just be some city noble who knows necromancy trying to have fun with life. Let's just ask around a bit. Let's ask about the districts themselves and see what I can get information on.
Hello.
Good morrow to you, citizen. Wait, you're a new recruit. Aye, they've been replacing the ones we've lost, have they? Well, I need to ask you some questions, Sir Hallion. The more information you have, the less risk you'll post the rest of us on duty. I'll help if I can. Alright. I need information about places in Neverwinter. Well, you can't keep the peace without knowing where to keep it, can you? Sorry. It's an old guard joke my buddy used to tell before. Never mind. That's fine. What are the different areas of the city? Well, the city's always had districts, but with the quarantine, we've been ordered to lock things down. As a result, each district has ended up handling things differently. What do you have questions about? There's the Beggar's Nest, the Docks, the Black Lake, the Peninsula, and the City Core. You need to know them all. Well, I know the City Core very well, and I know the Peninsula very well. It's somewhat empty nowadays. Dalen told me of the Docks. What do you have to say about the Docks district? The Docks are a nightmare to patrol, even at the best of times. There's dirty gold there. Not a lot of respect for the city guards. Ah, the crime order. The whalings brought out the worst in them. There's a panic for gold for some reason. Not sure why. The rich die too. There's not much we can do. Muggers and bands of thugs have the run of the place. I guess they won the war. Fair enough. Alright, different district. What about the Beggar's Nest? The Beggar's Nest is hurting bad. There's a lot of poverty. I've already lost 3 of my men to the violence there. Another 8 to the whaling. It's where the plague first appeared. Oh. The first few cases were ignored as a problem with the poor, but now there's something else. People are barricading wherever they can, and there are even rumors of undead walking the streets. I'm afraid there's not much the guards can do to help. Come now, there must be something more. Look, the guards are hired to keep the peace and maintain quarantine. We're hunters of the living, not the dead. We're scared, alright? You should be too. You want to go throw yourself out whatever is in there? You go ahead. Good on you. Nobody cared about the Beggar's Nest before, and it's not vital that we save it. That's fair enough, actually. And lastly, we'll have the Black Lake District. Black Lake? Bunch of spoiled nobles. I don't think they've had a good word for the guards in the history of the city. And there's rumors. People are saying the nobles have stumbled upon a cure and they won't share it with the rest of us. Probably not true, but it would be just like them. I've even heard something about them openly threatening some of the guards if they don't fall in line. The whole place is going to hell. Goodbye. Alright, I have 2 choices, I feel. Black Lake or Beggar's Nest. We have our henchmen, yes. Wandaving creatures, yes. Dalen's Tale, yes. Alright, Docks. Trouble in the Docks. The Docks district is apparently crawling with cutthroats and muggers. Their activity seems suspicious and well worth investigating. True. Beggar's Nest. Undead infestation. The Beggar's Nest is struggling under an infestation of undead. It is not known if it is even related to the whaling death or not. Tensions rising in Black Lake. Emotions are running high in the Black Lake District, where a group of nobles still unaffected by the whaling death have sealed themselves, along with the bulk of district's food. Well, again, rumors of a cure tempt me greatly. Because Lady Tanglebrook would appear to be one of the nobles, and she had her own elixir trying to cure the plague. It's possible that the rest of the nobles may have actually pulled their resources and maybe even got a true one. Hello, good sir. The whaling death has created a lot of conflict beyond these gates. The DA best ordered us to restrict access to the Black Lake District. I assume you have quarantine clearance? Yes, I do. Alright, could you answer some questions about the district itself? Well, how bad is it in there? Well, the Black Lake is split into 2 parts. The Nobles' Quarter and the rest of it. The nobles are plague-free right now, and sealed off tight. There's rumors that the nobles have a cure that they aren't going to share with the rest of us. The nobles are plague-free. And we've heard that quarantine does not actually stop the plague, because we've heard those who seal themselves off and isolate themselves get the plague, the nurses don't. So the plague seems to be very random. The fact that the Nobles District is plague-free is very intriguing. I doubt it's true, but food attracts flies. Victims of the whaling have been flocking to the Black Lake barricades. There have been a few clashes already, so tread carefully. It's especially dangerous between this gate and the Black Lake proper. Not much besides plague-crazed thugs in that part. Dangerous as hell. Alright. Goodbye for now. Be careful. Alright, so... It's so intriguing. The fact that Black Lake is actually mostly unaffected. That is really interesting. But also, the Beggar's Nest is allegedly the source of the Wailing Death. And that could also prove fruitful. The question is, do I put out the fires, or do I go to the source and try to plug the leak out entirely? This is a tough call. Because the Beggar's Nest could give me significant clues as to how to stop the plague without even the cure with the reagents. That said, though, if there already is a potential cure, or at least some sort of temporary vaccine in the Black Lake, that could give us immensely useful information on how to remove this plague permanently. I think because of that, I'm going to go to Black Lake, because they may have a cure, which, short-term, will hopefully stop the panic in the city, at least for a little while. It may stem the tide somewhat. I'm not sure why I walked through fire, but okay. But yes. Assuming the cure is true, or at least some sort of temporary vaccine is true, there may very well be a temporary solution inside.
Hello.
Right, I'm not sure why I talk to you. Yes, I do. Goodbye. Alright. Let's head inside, take a look. Alright, and who might you be? Kedron, huh?
Hey there.
Please, can you help me? I don't know what to do. Alright, slow down. Tell me what's wrong. My name is Kendron. Or maybe it's Cedron. I'm gonna say Cedron. And everything has gone wrong. This whole place is overrun. And those bastards in the Black Lake don't care. They've locked themselves away, abandoning the whole place. Well, this obviously isn't Black Lake. Tell me about this area, then. No, this ain't the Black Lake district. The Black Lake is up ahead, past the guards and past the gate and the guards. The nobles barricaded themselves in just after the plague started. This area, this is where the servant community lives. Well, lived. We would work for the nobles all day and return here to our homes at night. I guess they thought it wasn't worth the risk trying to protect us from the plague too. Left us to the plague thugs. Now everything is gone. Plague thugs. Please explain what you mean by that. After the wailing began, we got caught between the quarantine and the Black Lake barricades. We were at the mercy of the plague thugs. Some of them used to be friends, but the plague took their minds, drove them mad. They became like animals. Then Loksar showed up. Oh, really? Tell me about this Loksar. Loksar is a big half-orc, again. Not sure where he came from. He showed up after the first few plague thugs started going mad. Loksar looted in their wake. After a while, when the place was disrupted, Loksar just started killing people and taking whatever he wanted. I think he realized the guards don't care about us in here. I think I'm one of the last survivors. I have no reason to stay here. He's killed my family. I've taken everything. I just want to know he's dead before I try to get to the city core. You couldn't get any help from the Black Lake guards at all? Nobody cares about us servants here. The Black Lake nobles barricade themselves up. As long as nobody gets near the barricade, they don't care. What do they care if some peasants lose their lives? Bah. I ain't working for them ever again. Alright, well, Sir Cedron, I'll see what I can do. You will? Oh, thank you. Loksar is in this no-man's land somewhere. He's pretty much taking whatever houses he's wanted. There's still plague-mad thugs around here, too. Please be careful. You're the first person to give a damn about anything that's happened here. Thank you. Fair enough. That actually wasn't too bad of a voice. Sounds actually fairly easy to pull off. Well, let's start searching houses, then. If we find survivals, we'll try to help them barricade. If they're these brain-dead thugs, well, we'll put them down. Rabid dogs, that's unfortunate. Have at thee. I'm sorry, rabid dog, but if you are rabid in plague filth, you need to be put down. Certainly no Loksar in here. Let's be off. And I would be worried about physical contact with these cretins, but the plague does not seem to be contracted via physical contact, so... Oh, fair strike, Dalen. Let me see. This house looks, well and truly burned to the ground. Let's use our negative energy one. Oh god! Okay. Oh gods. Diseased, huh? Well, looks like I actually managed to resist it. How does disease work, you may ask? Well, this seems like a good time to find out, don't it? Well, he hit me with a disease attack. So, he hit me, but because I made my fortitude save, because I'm really good with fortitude, my high constitution in this ring helps me, I was not actually diseased, but right now it's incubating. I want to use this healer's kit because it can actually remove the disease if I roll high enough. Thank gods it did. The disease could have been any number of things. There are various diseases throughout the game, some of which are decreased stats, ability scores, skills. Either way, I don't want it. So the healer's kit, thankfully, purged the disease from me. It was incubating, so every in-game hour, I believe, you roll against the disease again. Roughly. And if you fail, you get the disease. Oh no, not Dalen too. Alright. Has he actually been hit by Hang on, do you actually have stat decreased? You have intelligence decreased. Oh, of course, from the Intellect Devour, we never did rest. That's unfortunate. Well, it certainly didn't affect your strength. That's for sure. This is very scary. You okay, Dalen? Let's see what I can do when you get in. Let's find somewhere to in here. Come on, follow me, Dalen. So let's go. Ah, shh. Hang on, there's more to fight apparently. Really? Alright, fine. I guess he's in the zone. I'll finish him off. Or not. Let's try scaring. Or not. Dalen, you're barely wounded and you're possibly diseased. Calm down for a moment. Alright, come on. Let's backtrack somewhat. Let's get out of here. Let's find a place indoors to hunker down for a moment and take a look at your wounds. He likewise is now diseased. I'm not sure what kind of disease it will be. I'm very nervous though about it, so let's come in here and see if we can't just hunker down for a bit. Resting can either set off the disease or cure it, I suppose. I'm not sure exactly how it works. Also, I don't know if I want to. Is there anything in these cabinets that might help? No thieves' tools. Alright. Let's rest for now. Let's watch Dalen carefully. The intelligence decrease will go away because that was from the Intellect Devourer fight. So that'll wear off when we're done resting. Let's see the disease here. Ah, crap, it's hit. Alright. Okay, maybe it's not the freaking that. So it has less strength and intelligence. That's not very good at all. Bingo, restoration scroll. I'll read it first. Alright. Removes all magical, extraordinary, and supernatural effects that apply a penalty to ability scores, AC, attacks, damage rolls, and basically everything. Unfortunately, this will not remove effects of a curse or disease. Damn it! Oh, never mind then. There goes my great plan. That's very bad. Alright. Let's head back to the city core real quick and pick up some healer's kits. Because that's a problem. I'm also going to pick up a helmet. Because I don't want my face exposed here. I really, really don't. Erebeth should be able to cleanse this disease. It's not the Wailing Death. If it were, it'd have significantly more fatal impacts. But lowers strength and intelligence. Could be Soul Rot. I believe that lowers intelligence and strength. By the way, it's very scary and terrifying. So I want to remove it as fast as possible. Also want to make sure it doesn't happen again, ever, for any reason. So we'll talk to Erebus about getting some potions or scrolls of remove disease. Or, at least healer's kits. Money well spent, in my opinion. Erebeth.
Welcome back. You have done a great thing in recovering the first of the reagents for us. It is but one small step towards our ultimate goal, but it gives me hope. And I know with your help, Neverwinter shall yet be saved.
Thank you, but my friend Dalen is diseased with some sort of malady. Can you please cure it? I know you have the power. Booyah! Alright, I require temple services as well. Okay, what do you have for healer's kits? They're a little expensive. I'll buy 1, 2, 4. 2 for me, 2 for Dalen, if it comes to that. Do you have anything in the form of... you do remove disease, but it's much more expensive. But this does counter the disease, period. Okay. She wants poison, yes, lots of restorative stuff, alright. What about potions? Potions of aid, antidote? That's only for poison, right, okay. What does clarity do again? Made of hot liquid poured over scorched and pungent beans. This strong-smelling brew did not get its name from its appearance. It helps clear and fortify the mind against spells and effects or things that hit the mind. Okay, so there you go. Mental clarity. Makes sense. Okay, restoration does not help for this. Let's look for a helmet that might be nice. This is also kind of aesthetic, so what would be a very nice helmet that would match us? Unfortunately, nothing really specific here. It's like a simple pot helmet. Nah, I won't. Messes with the beard too much. Gotta have the beard showing. Okay, so now Dalen's fine. Yes, let's just make absolutely sure. Yes, we are cleansed. No more intelligence decrease, no more strength decrease. And the strength's the big one. The intelligence for him, not as much, but strength is actually a big deal. That means less accuracy and damage for him, and he needs that. So let's head up back to the Black Lake. And we'll be a little more cautious. I don't believe fog can be infected with diseases and such, but I don't really want to take that chance. And she's already been so helpful via the prison, so I want to let her enjoy her vacation in the Feywild for now. Alright, Dalen, you with me? Yeah, you are. Let us explore a bit more. But be careful. This house has seen much better days. It's burned to the ground. Nearly. You know, well, let's just see what we come across.